Good morning, welcome back to the channel, Coastal Countryside. Thank you for joining me as always this morning. And today we are on episode 3 of Lancashire's best autumn walks, and behind me is Entwistle Reservoir. And that's where we are, another reservoir walk this morning. And this reservoir walk is a absolute beauty to do. Just in front of the car park where I've parked, and like last time I will put the postcode up on the screen for you, and hopefully we're going to get a lot of autumn colours in the trees this morning. It is a brisk Sunday morning to say the least, but Entwistle Reservoir, fantastic walk to do, just outside Darwin and just up the road from Bolton. This walk we're doing today is going to be about 3.5 miles, give or take. We're just going to do a bit extra on the route, but I'll show you the route as we're going to do when I set my tracker going in a minute after this intro, which I'm about to do. And we're just going to start through the gate here, just opposite, or just adjacent should I say, to the car park. So flip the camera around and I'll show you what I mean real quick. So you just follow the road down, you'll get to the car park here. Once in the car park, you'd come out. This is where the walk's going to start, and this is the shot of the reservoir. So I'm going to head up that way. So without further ado, let's get this walk started. So just a short walk from where we started, and I just quickly wanted to stop here. As you can see by the steps behind me, there is 2 car parks. So just before you get to that one, there is a left turning on the road you can take, that would bring you to a car park here. If you did stop at that car park and it was full, you could turn around and try the car park at the top of the stairs, and it is it's not far at all from where we started. So if I was to flip the camera around and to show you, just there is where we started. So you just follow this bit of a path around, and the other car park is up there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. There are 2 car parks, but it is a popular walk with people. So if this car park is full, or if you're going down the road and you take a left turn in just before that one and you think you've gone wrong, no, there are 2 car parks for you. So a straightforward walk. All you do is follow the path, which is a proper path, as you can see. Not like the last one. I think this is even better pathed than compared to the last one we did. Also just behind me, plenty of benches, and just over there, I don't think you can see, there is also a picnic bench. But if we look across, I mean obviously you can see the wooded area behind me, but if I just flip the camera around and show you, there's a sight you'd be greeted with this walk. Still on the other side there. Definitely one of the better walks to do. And then just up here is where we are heading. Currently my wife is, I'll show you. So that's where we're going to be heading, onwards and up there, and then across the way here. Just zoom in a lot for you, look at that. Wow, lots of trees with lots of lovely colours. As you can probably hear or tell, people behind me, popular walk. It's just after 9 o'clock and there's plenty of people out on this walk already, including myself, my wife and the 2 dogs. One of them behind me. Lila, come on. There you go. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Just stick with it and follow it around, and it's going to be an enjoyable walk. but it does get busy. Keep that in mind. Another thing to look for while you're on this walk, if you come to do it, is when you get to these little bridgey points, I suppose. There is a fence line, and if I just show you on this fence line here, once I flip the camera around, this is the fence here, but just some of them, like this down here, has little inspirational words on there for you. It's not where you walk, it's who you walk with, or who walks with you. And there's also one here on this one. You were born to be real, not to be perfect. So true. So there's little inspirational words of wisdom on there to look out for whilst on your walk around Entwistle Reservoir. You can see people walking on the other side. We've come up a bit. There are plenty of people out and about this morning. Put the camera out and show you what that's where we've come from. That's the view of the reservoir there in all its glory. Better catch up with my wife. I'm getting left behind. Too busy stopping to record, but it's not a race to the finish line. And if you're coming on this walk, especially if it's your first time, or maybe it's the only time you'll do it, it's best off taking your time and just appreciating everything that it has to offer, because once you're on this walk, you'd feel like you're a million miles away. In fact, you'd feel like you're somewhere like Alaska or Canada. It just has that sort of feel about it. You definitely wouldn't think you're as close to Bolton and Darwin as you are once here, so no wonder it's a popular walk with people. Just as we go around, nice and peaceful path just going around here. And also if you look straight over, you see over there, that is the returning path. This is where we're heading, up this way. As you can tell by my rosy red cheeks, my rosy red nose, it is a fresh morning. Currently only a couple of degrees, maybe 3 or 4. Oh, yeah, definitely wakes you up. So as you get to the top of the reservoir, you're going to come up to a bridge, the first bridge, one of 2 really, which is not the one we're going to be taking. I just flip the camera around and I'll show you what I mean, even though I will walk up to it because we're going past it. Just there is the bridge. This is where we've come from. This is where we're heading now, up into the wooded area. So as you walk up to 2 bridges here, this one that you cross here, over a little stream, and then this one up here, which is the main one. Morning. Which is the main bridge just here. Now I'm going to stand on for a sec. What a view. and off down that way. This is the way we come. Plenty of people out and about here now, running and walking. If you want to cross over this bridge and then walk on the north side of the reservoir, if you will, it will take you back on a round robin. It's literally just the opposite side to what we've just walked, and you can see the path from what we've just walked. When you walk itself, you can see the path on the other side. You'd cross over this bridge that I'm currently standing on and follow the path, and it just take you back to the car park. But what I recommend is not doing that, because what we're going to do now is continue onwards, and if you continue onwards past this bridge, it's going to take you further up into the forest. Don't worry, you're still going to end up back on this path behind me, just a bit further up. But what I recommend you do, if you've not been here before, or even if you have and you've always crossed this bridge, is to flip you around and show you where these people are just running up. Just continue onwards, further up into the woods. You're getting a lot of colour up there. There's somebody crossing this bridge and there's somebody running. So follow the river upstream, and really it's not even that far, and you come to a second bridge where a lot of people seem to be going over. So that's the second bridge you'll cross. Delilah having a sniff around, which is going to take you into this wooded area over here. That's going to lead us back down onto the reservoir, but you do go through a bit of a wooded area there. But for our walk today, we are taking a detour and we are going straight up this way. If you don't want to, if you watch this video and decide you don't want to do this detour, that's up to you. I would recommend it while you're here to do it. But if you just want to do the round robin and head back to the reservoir through the wooded area, come up to this second bridge and just follow the path, and it will bring you down back towards the reservoir. And that's where we've just come from. So it's up to you whether at this point you go back over that bridge and towards the reservoir, or if you're going to continue straight up like we are on this detour. And I know you sat with bated breath wondering what is up here. You're going to find out when we get to the top. So it is an uphill walk, 5 minutes or so. It is about 5 minutes, but it is uphill, so a bit out of breath. What I'm going to show you now is the reason we've come up here. How cool is that? Known as the Red Rocks of Entwistle. So definitely worth coming. And they are quite a height once you're here. Delilah seems to be enjoying herself. I guess there is a bit of a stone there to sit on once you're in, you want to chill out. But once you are here, it's just a case of doing a 360 and walking back the way you came, which isn't bad because at least it's downhill on the way back. We're going to take 5 minutes now, grab some photos, and then we'll be heading back down the way we came and back to the bridge to head through the woods. So after coming back down the hill, which is behind me, which is where we went off that way to see the Red Rocks, Red Cliffs. We have White Cliffs of Dover. This is the Red Cliffs of Entwistle. The dogs have... Why have the dogs done that? Look. We've gone through the water instead of crossing the bridge. But you come down there to the bridge from before. We're going to cross over this bridge and go through the woods. I might have to help my dog though. She looks like she's stuck down there. There she goes. We'll cross the bridge, and this is where we're heading now, into the woods. The path through the woods is eventually going to kick us out by the reservoir, just on the opposite side to what we was before, after I've grabbed the dog out of the river. So yeah, Samantha's she's not going in that water. I'll have to go in and grab her. Right, so I'll switch the camera on while we're in the wooded area, just to show you. There is a bit of a hill. This is the path we walked up, but it's still a proper path, as you can tell. All the trees around me, that it's just a different walk to what you would do if you just followed the reservoir both sides. I just flip the camera around, you'll see all these. So a proper path running through. Look at the size of these trees here. And that's the path we're on. My wife further up. That's the hill we've just come up. Nice and quiet. In fact, there's nobody on this path apart from us. A lot of people don't seem to want to walk through here, but I would recommend walking through the forest area. It's a bit of a forest area. It's like being at Beacon Fell. It honestly is. You'd think you're at Beacon Fell. So it's definitely worth doing, just for the bit of change of scenery, and it does bring you back up the side of the reservoir like we was walking around earlier. So we will get that last bit of the reservoir walk in, but definitely worth it. The first time we ever did this walk, we crossed that first bridge and back on the other side, and then the next time we did it, found out about this, and yeah, we like it. So that's the forest area. If you are coming, you want a bit of a change, then highly recommended. If not, cross that first bridge and back around Entwistle Reservoir. There is a bit of a hill on this bit, but honestly it's not much really. It's not much of a hill. I'll just keep that in mind. I can get the sun, see the sun glistening through the trees now, brightening it up. Oh, there you go. So yeah, right, then onwards to the reservoir. Stick with the path through the forest area, which is just there behind me. You can't really go off it, it's a main path, and when you come to the end of it, if you will, you won't be on it for long, less than a mile I think. This bit might, I don't know if it'll be confusing for you or not, but I'll show you anyway. I'll back up so I can get it on the camera. The path does go around to the right there, but there is sort of a path coming from the left, so just stick on the path around to the right from where you've come from, which is this way. Around to the right, and then you'll start to go downhill and around to the left. As you go around to the left, which we are currently doing, it's just a straight on, but as you can see here, the path coming from our right now is the original reservoir path. So this is where we're going straight on, so you just sort of hit this walk and just walk straight, then that's what you want to be doing. Just let these people pass. This is back on with the reservoir now, so I'm just going to turn around and show you where we've come from. So this is the reservoir here behind us. So as these people are coming around from that top path there, which is the one we've just been on for the woods, you just hit a straight, and that path just there to the right where they've gone down is the original path for the reservoir. So if you was to cross over that first bridge, if you will, and stick going around the edge of the reservoir, then that's where you would come straight on, as that forest path, woodland path, kicks people out on the left. So we are back on the path around now, on the path around Entwistle Reservoir, if I can get my words out. I find it really hard to say for some reason, Entwistle Reservoir. But sorry, face tracker's going mad. So yeah, just breaking it up a bit, that woodland path. I have got my GPS tracker on, so you will see it, same as last week on the video at the end there, the path that I took, including the diversion up and back on ourselves to see the red rocks of Entwistle. And now just in front of me is the reservoir. In fact, you can sort of see the car park where we started from where we are. So I'm quickly going to flip the camera around from this point and show you where we are now. I'll just head to the corner of the wall here, flip the camera around. So there we go, just way off there is where we came in this morning. Just a car park just at the side there, so that is the other side over there that we've walked along this morning. And this is the way we're going to follow now. Just follow it down and around, and it will bring us back out just over here when we started this morning, where the car is parked. So a little detour, yeah, but it does bring you back on the path that you want to be on. And now it's just a case of following this adjacent to where we started this morning, really, on the opposite side. So the views we got this morning, looking at all the pine trees and whatnot on this side, we can now see the other side. But obviously, as you can see when I was just showing you the opposite side there, doesn't seem as much on that side than there does on this side, tree wise, really. It's a bit more bare on that side. You can see all the other people though enjoying the morning walk around the path. So I'm going to catch up to my wife now because she's left me, and I'll get back to you when we're getting towards the end of this walk. Back on the home stretch now, as they say, and from here, just like the tree we've walked under, if I can show you, it's the tree we've just walked under there. But from here you will get some good views with the trees with their autumn colours in, and that stretch there is the last stretch we've got to do till we're back on the main road in the car. But yeah, getting a lot of autumn colours on these trees just there. There's Samantha, and these are two very dirty little pooches, but they're having the best time. So on this side compared to the other side, so that's the other side there, and it is very bare. There's not much tree wise over there, but this last stretch here, you get it from the other side, but this stretch of trees here, which is the last stretch we're going to do, a lot like these ones just in front of me, you're definitely getting colours now. Look at that. There's a lot of yellow in that tree, that's for sure. And we're about to walk under it. There's a bit of a rope swing. Path is definitely muddy on this side, not as nice as the other side. And if you're coming here for the first time with dogs, be prepared to carry your poo bags, because even though there's a lot of benches around to sit down, and that's a fantastic thing. There's nothing better than sitting down on a bench and enjoying the view. Not a lot of poo bins apart from where you start at the car park. that's the only one so far, so keep that in mind. If you're coming here with dogs, be prepared to carry your poo bags. Top tip. Coming up to the end of the walk now, and when you get to this point, if you have got dogs, if they're already on a lead, fair enough, but if they're not, time to put the dog back on their leads, as this is a road. You do get vehicles on the road, not often, but you do. So you come here, actually one of 2 poo bins that I've seen the whole walk. Side of the gate. So we're just going to pop through here, and then we are back onto the road. And this is where we want to head off to the right. If you want a detour, up this way to the left. It does lead you to the pub up there, which is a nice pub, and it's right opposite the train station. So if you don't drive and you want to do this walk, you would hop on a train and get off at Entwistle station and just walk down there. Not far, I don't think it's far. Don't even think it's half a mile. And then there is a pub opposite as well. Forgive me, I think it's called the Strawberry. Wait there. Check on my phone if I can get a Entwistle station. Oh, Strawberry Duck. Yes, the Strawberry Duck pub. There's also station and pub was featured on Britain's Great Railway Journeys and Bradshaw's Guide to the Railway. So walking down this road, and all you're doing now is following the road back, which is the road that we started on this morning, that led us from the car park to the path. Just letting people go past, sorry, a bit distracted. So across this bridge down this way is another reservoir, so there are 2 reservoirs here to walk. The other reservoir is called Wayho, I believe, Wayho Reservoir, which is W-A-Y, I think it's O-H, Wayho Reservoir, which is also a great reservoir walk to do. But for this video, autumn's Lancashire's best autumn walks, I wanted to do Entwistle Reservoir and show people the beauty of the Entwistle Reservoir, which the walk we've done today I'm going to put up in a minute. But currently we are on 3.1 mile, and that was with the detour up to the Red Rocks to see the Red Rocks really. Obviously it would be a little bit less if you didn't go up there, but it's worth seeing. And while we're here, I'm just going to flip the camera around, give you one last shot of the reservoir. So there it is, and that's pretty much the walk itself. As you can see, path around one side, and then you just come back on the other side over here that we've just walked up and back through the gate. So we're heading off, and as you can tell, it's quite busy now, the time of day. But before we head back to the car, which is literally just up the road there, I'm going to put the sat nav route on for you that we took today, even though it does say we're probably longer than we actually are, because for times like now the time on the track is still going. So even though it'll say it took us 2 hours, not really. I just stood here and I can't be bothered to pause and play and pause it every time I stop. So yeah, get that up on the screen now. So there you go, that was the route that we took, and it does say that we were a bit longer than we actually were, but I just can't be bothered to pause the tracker every time. We are just literally at the car park now, so I'll take this opportunity to thank you everyone for joining me again on another autumn's walk, one of my favourite to do. After this one, let's see how many we've done now. Is this the third one? I believe it is. So a couple of more and then we'll wrap this series up, but by that time we'll definitely be off into winter, and we'll be doing more winter walks, but also heading more towards the coastline of Blackpool and Cleveland and my favourite, Lytham, for all they have the Christmas festivals on, they have the Christmas markets on, so we'll be going to check them out more towards that time. Just want to get these walks done, this series done, before we lose all the colours in the trees. But thank you for joining me once again. We are back at the car park now, and it's another fantastic walk to do in Lancaster, just outside Darwin. And Entwistle Reservoir, definitely worth a visit if you've never been, but that will do it for this one. So my wife's patiently waiting for me. Thank you for everyone joining me and your continued support, and until next time, where we'll be on another Warpton walk, hope you stay safe and you're having a fantastic autumn. Thank you for joining me.